Hey, welcome back. This one's actually going to be about the 9 noble virtues. I have 2 versions here that I wrote down. I had the first one sort of memorized, but these are a code of values to live by, if you can. That's neat. Sorry. Okay. Okay, the 9 noble virtues are 1. Courage. 2. Truth. 3. Honor. 4. Fidelity. 5. Discipline. 6. Hospitality. 7. Self-reliance. 8. Industriousness. 9. Perseverance. Now, obviously, these are things to work on. Nobody's really born with these qualities already, especially self-reliance. You can't really change your own diaper when you're a day old. But I am currently working on truth, hospitality, and self-reliance. Those are all areas where I sort of have trouble with. Truth is mostly little white lies that don't really matter. They're stupid, and I am working on that. Hospitality, I get extremely socially awkward around new people, and that's not good. So I'm working on that too. Usually that's cured with a couple drinks, but I don't want to have that as a crutch if I have to meet people or go out somewhere. The other list is a little bit more, okay. 1. Strength is better than weakness. 2. Courage is better than cowardice. 3. Joy is better than guilt. 4. Honor is better than dishonor. 5. Freedom is better than slavery. 6. Kinship is better than alienation. 7. Realism is better than dogmatism. 8. Vigor is better than lifelessness. 9. Ancestry is better than universalism. Now, that last one is why some Asatru or Odinists have been accused of being racist, and some are. Others are not, and they take that just to mean keep old cultures and ways alive. That's it. I mean, if other religions respected that, well, Christianity or Islam or anything like that wouldn't have spread at all. The only reason my ancestors converted were because they were forced to. If you want to read up on the Christian conquering of Scandinavia, where my ancestors originally came from, not originally, but as far as we speak of ancestors, yeah. Where they, how Christianity conquered it, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't by nice, flowery, Jehovah Witness style converting, no. It was by war, it was by the sword, and, yeah. And then when, after Scandinavia was conquered, they conquered, pretty much England and Ireland, Scotland, and destroyed all the culture that was there, all the old religions. The story of St. Patrick isn't about snakes at all, it was about paganism, and although he wasn't really responsible for that, his church was. And referring to people of a different faith as snakes, well played. Now, once again, I don't take the gods or the myths literally. The Poetic Edda is a fantastic piece of work. I would definitely read it. It's available free on Kindle. It's basically a creation myth of the Norse. So, if you're into creation myths or anything like that, or even if you just want something different than Genesis, read it. It's a fun read. And it's an easy, quick one too. They didn't waste any time with blah, begot, blah, begot, blah, begot, blah, begot, blah, begot, blah. Also, don't seem to be the inconsistencies in the text, like being the only family on Earth, and one kid being cast out and meeting his wife in the city. Ponder that one. Oh, and did Adam and Eve have belly buttons or nipples? Why? Wolf Chant on in the background. Fantastic folk metal band. This is off their latest one, Embraced by Fire. This song is Turning into Red. They're great. It's not their best album. I think Pagan Storm was, but yeah. Alright, so a little bit more about the Virtues. Okay. And there's a movement in Europe right now to keep Europe European. Agree with it or not. I don't care. But the cultures should be preserved. There's a reason that the people of the north had their gods and the people of the desert had their god. Different cultures, different ways of living brought about their own faiths, and for the people in the desert it was one god eventually, and its name was Yahweh, and it resided in Mount Sinai. For the people of the north, it was much more brutal. Well, not much more. In the desert's a brutal place, but it was more like people like them, industrious, joking, not as austere. But Thor, Loki, Odin, Tyr. The Germanic religions are actually quite diverse and worth looking into. I'd recommend researching it a little bit more, just because it's a fun subject. It doesn't matter if you want to take up the 9 noble virtues, or Asatru, or Odinism itself, or anything like that. And I do have a hammer, Mjolnir. It's at work, hanging from my computer monitor. And whenever a certain person sits at my desk, like when I'm not there, because we have a shortage of desks, I always find it like off of the monitor in my drawer, which is hilarious. But if someone touched one of their crosses that they hang on their desk, there'd be hell to pay. And I'm pretty sure they mean that literally. Alright. Okay. Vigor is better than lifelessness. I have to work on that too. I am losing weight steadily since I've been back on keto. About 2 to 3 pounds a week, other than the first week where I lost like 7, but that's mostly water weight. So yeah, that's doing good. So I'll let you know. If you're on my Instagram, I posted my 5-day stats for this week. I believe before fiber, I was at 80 grams of carbohydrates total. This has nothing to do with what I was talking about. Whatever. So if you came here for the Asatru talk, that's over. You can leave. I don't give a fuck. Go. Go. Hail Thor. Hail Odin. Hail the Allfather. Now, fuck off. Unless you want to stay. If you're watching this, you stayed. Mwah. Anyway, Yeah, so I'm at 80 carbohydrates for the week. That's before fiber. I've had like a lot of fiber. So I've had less carbohydrates total than in a week, in 5 days, than most people have for fucking breakfast. I do need to up my fat and lower my protein a little bit to get the correct macros, but it's only by like 5%. So, not bad. I track everything on MyFitnessPal. Makes it a lot easier, and yeah, I'm holding myself accountable for it. I want to lose 100 pounds by this time next year. I think with the way things are going, it'll be fine. That's if I can say no to fruit, because apple season, and I love fucking apples. It's just, I eat an apple, my ass jiggles for a week. So, I am very, 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 carbohydrate sensitive. So, alright. Until next time, buckaroos, this is Hellfudge signing off.